Hello, Nigeria. This is Social Media Scoop, your daily dose of what's trending across Nigeria's social streets. And today, what's making round is the viral video of Governor of Benue State, Reverend Father Hyacinth Alia, who is saying that there is no Christian genocide in Benue. But another video, he's acknowledging that there is a Christian genocide. And reactions are coming up online because Nicki Minaj spoke at a United States event over alleged Christian genocide. All this and more we'll be discussing and unpacking for you here on Social Media Scoop. So stay with me. Let's dive in.
Hello, I'm Abdulwahid Bushiri, former National President, Nigeria Union of Journalists, AUJ, one-time President, Federation of African Journalists, FAJ, a former Executive Council member, International Federation of Journalists, IFJ, member, International Press Institute, IPI, a former Commissioner for Information and Strategy in Ogun State. With over 4 decades practice as a journalist and still counting, firing on all cylinders at Kaftan Television, we invite you to not only watch and enjoy, but imagine a beautiful world. Keep watching.
Hello, Nigeria. This is Social Media Scope on Kaftan TV, and I am Chioma ABC. Let's begin. At a United Nations event hosted by U.S. Ambassador Mike Waltz, U.S. superstar Nicki Minaj has issued a statement calling for the stop of alleged Christian genocide in Nigeria. She called for unity, accountability, and global attention, emphasizing that defending churches and innocent life is not about choosing sides, but standing against injustice. Let's take a look at how Nigerians are reacting to this statement by Nicki Minaj. Our first reaction on X with the handle Mr. T stated, "The truth remains true, no matter who speaks it. Even if you dislike the messenger, on issues like this, let's set aside religious, tribal, or any other bias. When innocent lives are at stake, we must unite to stop the killings." I have with me a face we all know, Emeka Opara. Welcome.
Thank you, Chioma.
It's always a pleasure having you here.
Same as here always.
Okay, quickly, you've seen the statement by U.S. rapper Nicki Minaj and how she was invited to speak at the United Nations event hosted by the U.S. ambassador. So I was scrolling through comments, and somebody who I really respect, though everybody's entitled to their opinion, says that Nicki Minaj is chasing clouds with this statement. And I saw another person reacting and saying Nicki Minaj is a rap queen. She is known in some of the most isolated areas of the world, and people still know her, and she has numbers, she has followership, and she's obviously a force to record with. And other people are saying it doesn't matter who gives the message. What you should get is the message that this person is trying to pass across. So generally, I see some people condemning and saying she has no moral standing to make such statement, that she has never visited Nigeria. And some school of thought are saying it's something that the whole world is seeing and everybody is speaking. And that brings me to this question: how many of our celebrities have actually spoken about the killings happening in Nigeria? This person I told you I respect so much says that we have Tiwa Savage to speak for us. And you know, and apart from Davido and Charles Enoji and few celebrities that have spoken up, if you notice, our celebrities are not saying anything. And now somebody from outside is saying something and you're condemning her message. What's your thought on this?
When it comes to situations like this, of course, you know, there will always be divided opinions, yeah? But that doesn't rule out the fact Nicki Minaj is who she says she is. She's a global star, an award-winning, you know, multiple award-winning musician known globally. So I don't understand when you say she's chasing clouds. How is she chasing clouds? And then you are saying you are, you know, bringing in, coming from the angle of Tiwa Savage and all that. The fact that Nicki Minaj is speaking up, it doesn't stop any other person, our Nigerian celebrities, from speaking up. What we should be more interested in is the message. the fact that somebody like her is speaking up and drawing the global attention to what is going on in Nigeria. Like the first comment said, there was a comment you read, I think the first comment, we have to concentrate on the real issue, which is that there is a genocide going on in Nigeria. So that's what we should be more interested in, and not, you know, calling her names. She has done what she needs to do, and that is bringing the global attention. Because she's a global star, with her presence, she's bringing global attention to what is going on in Nigeria, which I think is quite commendable. It's quite commendable. So it's a way to go. Whatever names they are calling her, it doesn't rule out the fact that she's who she says she is.
And she's passing out the message.
And she's passing out the message. She's doing what most of our so-called celebrities are not doing. Because if you ask me, as far as I'm concerned, the people you refer to as celebrities in this country, the few ones you even mentioned now, only started speaking up after Nicki Minaj spoke. They are, you know, almost indifferent and uninterested in what is going on, leading some people to say that most times they are only good at distractions, to distract people from the real issues. So, Nicki Minaj, she did well.
Okay.
It's quite commendable what she has done.
Okay.
Yes.
Moving on. In a now viral video, Governor of Benue State, Reverend Father Hyacinth Alia, has stated that there is no alleged Christian genocide happening in Benue State. But we have a clip of a different statement by him. Let's take a look at these both videos and take reactions of Nigerians.
The church as a reverend father and a good Christian. So that is for the record, we need to understand this. In my state of Benue, we don't have any religious, any ethnic, any racial, any national or state genocide. We don't have that.
Must stop this game in our support and in fighting this insurgency. It is targeted, it is planned, and religiously it is being executed. They are terrorists. They are terrorists, period.
So our first commenter with the reaction, he says, "This is so embarrassing. Because of politics, money, you have forgotten your vows. You've forgotten your vows calling as priests to stand up for the Christians and the church. Politics in Nigeria is too dirty." We have another person that tweeted the other viral video where Governor Hyacinth is acknowledging a Christian genocide in Benue State. The person said, "Benue State Governor Hyacinth Alia a few months ago. What the hell is wrong with these politicians?" Emeka, I'm sure you saw the video.
I saw both
irrespective
videos.
of the one you saw first.
I saw both.
You saw both of the videos where he's saying that there is no alleged Christian genocide in Benue State. Then another one where he's acknowledging that there is something going on.
And that they are specifically religiously targeted. Targeted at who? But see, Choma, I'm not surprised. Because, of course, Reverend Father, in one of the videos, he kept reminding us that he's a Reverend Father.
The most recent video,
yes,
he kept on saying that.
The whole people, reminding all of us that when people start reminding you who they are, that means there's a problem. That's why I say it. Bunch of contradiction. From this recent video, he's only speaking as a politician. I was not seeing the Reverend Father in him. I was seeing a governor as an APC chieftain, and so that was why I was not surprised. He was only speaking as a politician, but I think it's really shameful. And
so which video should we take now? The one he made allegedly a few months ago,
when he
says that there is no alleged Christian genocide, and the one that he's saying that there is genocide, is he speaking from two sides of his mouth? What will we take? The
truth remains that there is a genocide. We all here. We saw what's happened in Yewata, plus sundry other cases in this same Benue, where he has been a governor. And then is he trying to, by such contradictory statement, is he trying to deny the fact that there's nothing like that is going on? I think it's quite shameful. And what it tells me, really, when I look at things, the way some of these are political office holders, because I'm very careful not to call them political leaders, because they are not. Leaders are supposed to offer direction and vision.
Yes.
what it shows you, or what it tells me, that these people are not leaders, they are political office holders. And it tells me really that the salvation and the redemption of this country does not lie in the hands of the political class. It lies in the hands of the people. And until we as citizens realize that, we are not going anywhere. What he's doing now is what you can call the deflective tactics. You know, trying to deflect people from the real issues. You know, they will throw in arguments there so that the people who are not, you know, let me say the gullible people will start feasting on those deflection, those distractions, instead of facing the real issues. Most of us, Nigerians, know the real issues, which is that there is violence and there is genocide going on in Nigeria. And that is what we should concentrate on not the deflective tactics of a political office holder like Governor Hyacinth Alia. I think it's quite shameful. I think it's quite shameful and insensitive, to say the least.
Okay, thank you for that. Speaking of genocide, the president of the Christian Association of Nigeria, Archbishop Daniel Oko, has declared that Christian communities in northern Nigeria and in the Middle Belt are facing what he described as a Christian genocide. Emeka, this is coming from the president when he was speaking on Tuesday during their 4th quarterly National Executive Council meeting. He made this statement.
Even recently, the governor of Plateau State, Caleb Mufang, also said something like that. So why are we doing this? I don't know. Anyway, it's fine. I'm tired of talking because it seems we keep coming here, we'll talk and talk, and then at the end of the day, it's as if we are just doing it for the fun of it. Those who are charged with the responsibility of taking action, finding solution, which is the primary reason why they actually got into office. They get in there and they start chasing other things, only interested in advancing their personal interest. Let me tell you, Choma, the most important thing to the average Nigerian politician is how to secure, you know, their political office. And that's why what matters to them at each point in time is defections to their political parties, the next elections in 2027. That's what they're interested in. That's what basically they're interested in. And it's sad. It's really sad.
Okay. Thank you for that. Let's take a short break. When we come back, we will be taking tweets and reactions of former presidential aide Bashir Ahmed to late President Buhari. Let's take a short break. We'll be back.
Back in the day, headlines sold newspapers. Today, they dominate your phone screen all day, every day. Welcome to The Press, the program where headlines don't just scream. They speak and we listen. Every day, we take a deep dive into the bold, bizarre, and sometimes baffling headlines making waves across newspapers. From front pages to fine prints, we break down the stories behind the ink, digging deeper, one headline at a time. These headlines, they're not just ink on paper. They shape opinions, spark debates.
Russia has no right to stop Ukraine from joining democracy.
And sometimes mislead us completely. Every week on The Press, we go beyond the bold print. We ask who's writing the narrative, who's being left out, and what's really going on. One story, different newspapers, from different angles, who's right and who's spin. If you're tired of just being told what to think, join us on The Press on Kaftan TV, where we analyze the newspaper headlines. We don't just read the headlines, we read between the lines.
Hello Nigeria, welcome back to Social Media Scope on Kaftan TV, where we give you the trendiest gist across Nigeria's social scene. And Bashir Ahmed is under fire on his tweets and remarks concerning the 25 abducted girls in Kebbi. Let's take a look at what he tweeted and how Nigerians are reacting to Bashir Ahmed's tweet, who is a former presidential aide to late President Muhammadu Buhari. Let's take a look. Bashir Ahmed tweeted on X, "This video from Kwara is traumatic and heartbreaking to watch. What it depicts is not only condemnable, but utterly unacceptable. We all deserve to be safe and secure wherever we may find ourselves, especially in our place of worship. We have a reaction to that tweet with the handle HRH Banke Oniru, which said, "Say the name of the place of worship. It is called church. Hypocrites, say the name aloud. Your tweet is emotionless." Emeka, you've seen the video of the worshippers that were streaming live and how they were attacked by terrorists. And we have Bashir Ahmed, who is very, very vocal in matters like this. And his tweet is gaining some kind of reactions, and people are calling it, from that reaction you saw and others I saw, people are calling it emotionless, that he showed no empathy of any sort. And they're telling him in particular, why can't you be, since he's one of the people that are so bold and, you know, so clear and say that killings are happening in Nigeria, but they cannot term it a Christian genocide. You can't term it a Christian genocide, and we are seeing such videos live. You can't deny it. You can't say it's AI. It is real. Victims, survivors are coming out. Victims are coming out. People, families were killed, and some were kidnapped. And we have somebody that is always vocal saying that it's not a Christian genocide, now placing it as a place of worship. He doesn't want to call it that it happened in a church, and people are, you know, reacting to that. What's your take on this incident that happened and Bashir Ahmed's tweets?
The incident that happened is quite unfortunate, but I think we are really not getting something right. Bashir Ahmed is a politician. And one thing Nigerian politicians have mastered very well in recent times is that they've found out ways to distract us. When something happens, you see, he made a comment. And the way he crafted the comments, people are now no longer looking at what actually happened. They are now trying to correct, to draw his attention to pin it to that Christian genocide, forgetting that people were actually killed. That is what I think people should concentrate on. The real issues, people were killed, and there was no resistance. These terrorists came in, and they killed people. You saw the video. People were running helter-skelter. From reports I later got, some people were actually kidnapped, and people were killed. This, we should, instead of trying to win arguments, it's becoming very annoying, because I think that's what's going on. We are now pushing narratives that doesn't even make sense. Yes, there is Christian genocide, because the last time when President Trump designated Nigeria as a country of particular interest, instead of us to use it, I keep saying, instead of us to use it as a golden opportunity to start pointing to the fact that there is a genocide, we started involving in arguments to protect the image of our religions, leaving the main issue, which is that there is a genocide. And what we should have done as citizens of this country is to throw away all those primordial sentiments, to see that we unite as a unit, to call our governments to order, to call them to attention so that they do what they are expected to do as the government. So this issue of calling, we are involving in arguments that we shouldn't involve in.
He was also recently in an argument with U.S. lawmaker Riley Moore, where Riley Moore was saying that the adopted girls from Kebbi are majorly Christians, and he came out and said they are not Christians.
Yes.
On the screen now, they will display the names of the girls that have been abducted. But there's something I want to point out. I grew up in the North, and I know that Northern Christians in the North bear such names.
They bear such names. Yes.
So irrespective of whether these girls are Muslims or Christians, they should just bring back our girls.
Bring back the Kebbi girls. That's what I keep saying. We should just concentrate on what's real, because this is distracting us. This is not to say whether it is Christian or not. Nigerians are dying, Chioma. You saw the video of the Brigadier General that died.
Yes.
Now, did you see the reaction from the presidency? What was it like? There was no reaction. There was no statement. This is somebody, a Brigadier General, just dying like that, plus 4 other of his men, killed like that by the terrorists. And they released videos. Do you know, let me shock you, if you go to the internet today, you even see that these terrorists are now shooting videos, they are sharing locations, they are showing you their
So
faces.
they have content
they are
creators.
they are telling you that what we can say in the local parliament that, see, men, mans, we are not to go anywhere, we day. And then
exactly what it is.
that is it. They are telling you that we are here. Look at me, I'm here. And then the government is not doing anything. And then the citizens who are supposed to speak up
Are being distracted by
are being
different
distracted
narratives.
by, because see, when these things are they are winning, the terrorists are winning, those who are supposed to do their jobs that are failing to do it, they are winning because the citizens are distracted. You are now you want to win an argument. Okay, win the argument. It's a
And
Christian
what
genocide.
next?
And what next?
Okay,
People
it's a
will still
Muslim
die.
genocide.
Okay,
What
let's even assume without conceding that it's an Islamic or Muslim genocide. So what? What should we do? We need solutions. We need solutions, because if a brigadier general could be killed, what protections you have? What do you have to protect yourself as an average citizen?
Thank you for that. Moving on quickly. Nnamdi Kanu has been convicted of terrorism and may risk a death sentence. The detained leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu, has been convicted of alleged terrorism by Justice James Omotosho of the Federal High Court in Nigeria. Let's take a look at how Nigerians are reacting to this. On Instagram, we have Razi, who said, the fact that the federal government are not tackling the terrorist and bandit issues well doesn't mean we should release another threat to peace or unity in the country onto the streets. Another reaction, Okereke commented on Instagram. He said, Emmanuel Kanu, may thunder fire you for saying that Nnamdi did nothing. Go to Osu and say that trash. See whether you will come back alive. Emeka, we are having different reactions to this. Some are saying the government should channel this energy to terrorists that they are negotiating with, and some are saying that the judge is not giving the right judgment to this. You know, several different reactions on this, and this is a very, very sensitive issue. So what's your take on the ruling and generally the whole case?
What I learned is that he has been sentenced to life imprisonment.
Okay.
Yes. And then when I look at that Nnamdi Kanu's case, I'm not a lawyer, but the angle I'm going to look at it from is, when I look at that case, because he has been in prison since 2021, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, 2021. Yes?
All right. So for what?
For the charges of
because
him.
You are looking at the way they are handling this Nnamdi Kanu case, and sometimes as a Nigerian, you begin to wonder, where do we really want to go in this country? Because we're in 2025, under the Bola Ahmed Tinubu administration, where every day we see terrorists, actual terrorists, who have taken up arms against the country, the territorial integrity of this country. They've killed people. They've made many Nigerians live in IDP camps like refugees in their own country. And you see these same governments engaging in negotiations with these terrorists, and they will come there with their arms. And you see government officials going there with umbrella, giving them microphone to address you and I.
After causing mayhem.
Yes, and to offer them peace deals, because they are from one particular section of the country. And I should be happy. And I should love Nigeria. Because there are supposed to be double standards in a country where we should call our own. We should be happy. Yes, good a thing maybe they should be happy they've sentenced him to life imprisonment. Where does that take us? You see, one thing Nigerians will always remember President Yar'Adua for, of blessed memory, is the way he handled the Niger Delta militants.
Yes.
At the time, those Niger Delta militants, they took up arms against the states, demanding for resource control. A President Yar'Adua, what did he do? He thought out of the box. He looked for a creative way of handling the issue because he wanted peace. The role of a leader is to coordinate the different, parts of the country as a unit so that we can move forward. That was what Yar'Adua did. It's not as if, as at the time he offered them amnesty, it's not as if he couldn't have gone in there, reining them in, you know, destroy everything, use violence. But would that have solved the problem? But what he did then, by offering them amnesty, what did he do? These youths laid down their arms. And at the end of the day, Nigeria, as a whole, as a unit, benefited from it. That was creative leadership. That was visionary leadership. Fast forward to 2025. So what do we have? We have, you know, political leadership that wants to, you know, suppress one region against the other. And you think we can move forward?
But if you are speaking of amnesty for the Niger Delta and they laid down their arms, is it not the same thing? Like when we see Islamic clerics like Sheikh Gumi saying that the government should negotiate with these terrorists, that they are willing to take peace deals and lay down their arms. Is it not still the same
What
thing?
the Niger Delta youths were doing, what were they doing? They were maybe blowing up pipelines. They were not killing Nigerians. They were not burning down villages.
Yeah.
They were not killing Nigerians.
Kidnapping schoolgirls.
You know, abducting schoolgirls, you know, chasing people away from their ancestral lands. They were not doing that. Let's go back to history. Thank God we're in information age. These things are there. Now tell me, what exactly has Nnamdi Kanu done differently compared to a Sunday Igboho who is roaming free, traveling from one country to the other? So because it's Nnamdi Kanu, and let me tell you, let's just say it the way it is. The only reason Nnamdi Kanu is being sentenced to life imprisonment today is because of where he is from. Because I don't see, if you want to tell me about he has made insightful utterances here and there, you've seen Sheikh Gumi recently. The kind of statements he has been saying. Sheikh Gumi today, because he's from the north, he's a star boy of the Niger mainstream media. And he's releasing statements here and there. What has ever been, has he been charged to court?
There's a recent one he made again, and he said that our herdsmen are just suffering from lack of education and exposure.
Yes, so it is now the responsibility of the states to educate them, and you know, that's what we're talking about. Double standards. There are laws for people from this part of the country, and you expect us to move forward as a nation. When you rest, my Igbo people have a saying that onye ji mmadụ n'ala ji onwe ya. When you wrestle a man to the ground, for you to keep that man to the ground, you have to hold the man, and both of you have to be on the ground. Nobody is going anywhere. So long as we keep adopting this approach to settling issues, to dominate, to suppress a particular region of the country, we are not going anywhere, because Nigeria is supposed to be one indivisible nation, one united nation. When people are feeling some form of injustice, it will continue being the way it is, and it's quite sad, really.
Deep, insightful analysis from you. On a lighter note, let's move on. Former President Goodluck Ebele Jonathan is marking his 68th birthday. Goodluck Jonathan is known for his visionary leadership and a pillar when it comes to Africa democracy. Let's take a look at some pictures.
And so I sing this for you.
So happy birthday to former President Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, a visionary leader, a living legend, and a symbol of democracy in Africa. Emeka.
Yes, a great.
This is somebody I admire a lot, and it's his birthday. What do you have to
All
say?
sane thinking and right thinking Nigerians should admire and love the man. A perfect gentleman to the core, the man that took it all. When he was there, Nigerians could actually express themselves, whether they are, you know, freely, they could protest, unlike what we have now. He took it all. A perfect gentleman, and we miss him. And then when you look at what is going on now compared to, I remember, okay, let me quickly read a tweet from Bola Ahmed Tinubu in the peak of, you know, during the times of Jonathan, when the insecurity was going on. Look at what our President Tinubu did then, you know, said. He said, the festering Boko Haram attacks on the northeast and massacre of innocent citizens is concrete proof that Nigeria has no government.
Wow.
Tinubu said that in 2014, September 9,
Wow.
and Jonathan took it. No arrest was made. It was democracy then in action. But make such statements today, Choma. I leave you with that. Thank you very much.
Thank you. It's wonderful always to have you here for your in-depth analysis and your strong opinion, which
You're
you are not
welcome.
afraid to state anytime,
You're
any
welcome.
day.
We
Thank you
shouldn't
so
be
much for
afraid
that.
of speaking the truth at all times.
Thank you so much for joining us. This has been an interesting episode of Social Media Scope on Kaftan TV. Imagine a beautiful world. I'm Choma ABC. Thank you to my production team and thank you for joining me. See you later.